Yes, hello. Hope everyone is good. So, as I promised, actually, I'll give you some hints which will help you to actually, while you are doing the analysis in the market, actually don't look for something certainty because there's no uh, any factor which is 100% work in the market. So everything we are working on probability. So do your own research, make more practice, then you will get used to it. Okay, so actually today we'll talk about trend identification and spotting of the proper area of liquidity. And within, we'll take a look at how do we spot validation point, invalidation point, and area of liquidity. But also, we'll talk about market behavior, right? So we'll check out on behavior of the market, basing on the trend. We'll see the continuation move and reversal move, but also the difference between market structure break, market shift, and transition. And I'll not go through all case scenarios. I'll not go through all case scenarios, but I'll give you something which it will be useful and helpful. Okay, so without wasting time, let's go. Okay, within trend identification, one of the things I hope everyone understand, we have three types of trend in the market. We have an uptrend, which actually we expect for the market to create a series of high high, high low, high high, high low. But also we have a downtrend, which we expect for the market to create a series of lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. But also we have the consolidation or stationary or ranging trend, which is actually we expect the market to create the equal highs, series of equal highs and equal lows. So for that reason, how do we actually spot the proper area of liquidity? First, you must be aware that we have two types of area of liquidity. I hope everyone understands the meaning of liquidity. And by the hint, I can say it is just the independent factor which affects the dependent factor. But based on the market, we consider the liquidity as the orders. So for that reason, we have two types of area of liquidity in the market. We have the bullish type area of liquidity, right? And we have the bearish type area of liquidity. So each area of liquidity serves a specific purpose within the market. Therefore, the market is always left to the liquidity. But the bullish type of liquidity, it is found within the bullish trend or an uptrend, which will expect actually for the market to come and grab the liquidity and then proceed with the move. So how do we know that where is our area of liquidity? First, we identify our validation point, right? So we consider this one here. Let's mark it with a blue curve. So this is the validation point, and here we have the invalidation point, right? So also here we have the invalidation point. Here down below we have the validation point. Okay, I'll say why I did mark the validation point here and the invalidation point here and not close to this area. Actually, it is like this. Based on the illustration of line chart, we actually know, everyone know that it's presented on only the closing price, right? So for that reason, while you're in the chart, while you are marking the validation point and invalidation point, the validation point must be marked at the candle closure at the body of the candle right there. But the invalidation point will mark it at the wick, right? And why do we consider this as the validation point and this as the invalidation point? Because once the market be able to close above that high, right, then at that validation point, then we expect the market to actually validate the bullish movement of the market. But if the market fail to respect the invalidation point, therefore become able to close below the invalidation point, then we expect that the market was able to invalidate the bearish movement of the market. Therefore, we expect the market to claim new trend, right, by the formation of a new series of lower high and lower low, right? So just like that, similar apply here. If the market become able to close below the validation point, then we expect the market was able to actually validate the bearish movement of the market. And if the market fail to respect the invalidation point and actually become able to close above the invalidation point, then we'll expect the market to actually invalidate the bearish movement of the market and claim new trend, just like that. So this is our validation point and the invalidation point, and each point, I hope everyone right now understand why do we consider it as the validation point and why do we consider it as the invalidation point. Every reason was extracted from the trend behavior. While on the uptrend, we expect always the market to break the higher highs, right? We expect the market to break the higher highs and respect the lows. But here on the downtrend, we expect the market to break the lows and respect the highs. So every factor was extracted from there. So let's go into where is our area of liquidity. We have already said we have two types of area of liquidity. We have the bullish type and the bearish type. And we have already know how to identify the validation point and invalidation point, which is one of the way to spot your area of liquidity. So we said we have two types of area of liquidity. We have the bullish type area of liquidity and the bearish type area of liquidity. So the bullish type area of liquidity, we identified, we expect to obtain it from the uptrend, which actually here is our uptrend, and the bearish type area of which we expect it to obtain it from the downtrend, which here is our downtrend. So therefore, for that reason, first, by the simple definition of the area of liquidity is the area between validation point and invalidation point. But since we have already said that liquidity within the market, in our ways, we consider it liquidity as orders, right? So for that reason, we are going to identify the areas of orders. So for the simple way to identify an area of liquidity, because we already say is also the area between validation point and invalidation point. So here we said we have this as a validation point, and this as an invalidation point, right? So this is our area of liquidity, and which we consider it as the bullish type area of liquidity. But also this one here is our area of liquidity, which we consider it as the bearish type area of liquidity. And then we will expect for the market to actually come right here and proceed with the bearish move. We will expect for the market to come here and grab the liquidity and proceed with the bullish movement. So whenever or wherever any move in the market appears, whether it is bullish or bearish, just know the market was able to grab the liquidity in the specific area of liquidity to be able to perform that move, all right? Without a liquidity in the market, then the market cannot move. That's one of the things that you have to understand. Okay, so let's go straight to the market behavior. Then we'll take a look at, for example, in the chart. So on the market behavior, we know we have already said that we have three types of trend, and basing on their behavior, we actually in each trend, the major trend, the uptrend and downtrend, we expect the market to have the continuation move and the reversal move, right? But the continuation move, it's in a simple and a clear definition, is that we expect the market to proceed forming or forming the seas. If it is an uptrend, forming the seas of high and high low, which means basing on its rule, breaking the previous high and respecting the previous low. While on the downtrend, we expect the market to break the previous lower low, to break the lows and respect the low highs. So based on the downtrend rule. So it is just like that. So that's all about continuation. But for the reversal, we expect the market to break those rules, right? If it is the uptrend rule, we expect the market to actually respect the higher low, right? Respect the higher low, break the highs. So we actually expect the market to not respect those uptrend rules. So therefore, we'll expect the market to break the higher low, the previous higher low, right? So for that reason, also on the downtrend, we said we will expect for the market to actually respect the previous low high and break the lower low. So if the market become able to close above the low high, then we expect that the market was able to break the downtrend rules. So for that reason, this is the reversal, right? Then we'll expect the reversal to happen, which means the claiming of a new trend. So if it is an uptrend, we'll expect the market to actually claim the new trend, which is a downtrend. So if it is the reverse of a downtrend, we expect the market to claim the new trend, which it is an uptrend. So that's all about continuation and reversal. But on the continuation reversal, one of the key things that we must understand within this is this market structure break, market shift, and transition. And this is one of the things which I wanted to talk about it today more. So what is the meaning of market structure break? Market structure break, as we already talked about identification of area of liquidity by identifying validation point and validation point. So while we said we mark our validation point at the previous, at the high, and we mark our validation point at the week of the low. So we didn't talk about this week, which is above here, right? So this week, we consider it as the market structure break. And we'll talk about it. Why do we consider it as the market structure break, and what is the importance of it, all right? Because there's the big difference between a validation point and market structure break point. So the validation point actually gives us the information only whether the structure was formed or not. But for the market structure break point, it gives us the information that the structure was confirmed. So that means the structure cannot be confirmed if it was not formed first, right? Therefore, that's why they are all work together, right? And this is actually the market structure breakpoint. It is very useful. And this is where I'm going to answer that question, which I usually I probably receive that a lot of time, that in which area of liquidity, brother, we are going to use in this kind of scenario. Maybe you have identified there's a lot of areas of liquidity in the market, but actually you don't know in which area the market is going to return and grab the liquidity and proceed. Because we expect sometimes, even if the market was able to perform the reversal move, sometimes the market might not grab enough liquidity in the specific area of liquidity to perform that specific move. So for that reason, we must be aware how to identify that area correctly, right? So therefore, let's go to the advantage of market structure break. So market structure break here, so on the market structure break, once the market become able to close above that week with the candle close, this actually gives us the info that the market was able to confirm this previous structure as our valid bullish type area of liquidity, which we will expect once the market came back to grab the liquidity, there will be high probability for the market to respect this previous law, right? Respect this previous law. And for this area, we will expect to have sufficient liquidity to allow the market to form the new high. But basing on understanding that the specific area was having enough liquidity or not, that is another concept that I hope my students understand. We must understand the liquidity consumption within that area, right? Before and after the structure was formed and confirmed. So I'll not talk about that, but hope my students understand. Actually, for that reason, we expect the market to come within this area and grab the liquidity and then form a new high. So why do we consider that we must consider market structure break point? Because even if you take a trade within this area, if the market fail to confirm again the structure, because we'll have here, we'll have this point here as our validation point, all right? And then our invalidation point below. If the market fail to close above that week and perform the market structure break, then there is high probability for the market to not respect this law, because the market will come down to fetch for more liquidity, which will be enough to form that high. And if the market will not actually find that liquidity, which will be enough in the market, then we will expect the market to actually proceed with the bearish move, because the market will be already was able to perform a shift and claim the new area of liquidity, which will provide the liquidity for the market to proceed with the bearish movement. So you must understand that. So even if you take your trade on the specific area of liquidity, if it's the bullish type area of liquidity, make sure on your trading management reason, you must consider the market structure break. If the market failed to close above that week, then it can no longer be useful to hold that trade. Expect the market to come down and actually either stop out or hit your break even. And if not, then you must have a supportive factor, which is the deviator or the the deviator or the new area of liquidity, which was actually formed and confirmed to allow the market to proceed with the move. So based on that, maybe you could have the recent area of which was confirmed or was formed and confirmed to allow the market to proceed with the bullish move. So if the market didn't even offer that, then don't expect the market to actually proceed with the bullish move. The market will come down and hit that stop loss. So it is just like that. But also it is similar to the downtrend. But for the market shift, one of the factor, before we go to the market shift, one of the advantage on the market structure break is that it helps us also on the identification of the right shift point. Because if the market was able to perform a market structure break, then we'll expect, if the market become able to perform a reversal move, which we consider once the market, by going to the market shift, once the market become able to close below the invalidation point, and this is what we consider it as the shift, right? But the clean shift, the confirmation of the shift, is after the formation of the new area of liquidity. And this is where from here we can say that the market was able to claim that trend. Because if the market cannot be able to claim the new area to allow the market to grab the liquidity, then therefore we'll consider that as the transition. And from there, we'll expect the market to proceed even with the bullish move. So it is just like that. But for the shift, if the markets become able to confirm the structure and maybe fail to respect that law and break below the invalidation point, so there is high probability for the market to reverse, all right, and claim the new trend. But if the market was not able, to actually confirm the structure, all right, and become able to give us that shift. Sometimes it can be a false shift. It can be a sign of allowing the market to come to grab the liquidity within the proper area where there is sufficient liquidity for the market to proceed with the bullish move. So if you look for the reversal within that area, then you will be doomed, just like that. So you have to be very careful. So for the shift, the market, we expect the market to actually break below the invalidation point for the uptrend, but also for the downtrend, we expect the market to break above the invalidation point. And after breaking above the invalidation point, we must see the market was able to confirm that shift by forming the new area of liquidity. And that area, also the market must be able to confirm that area by performing the market structure break, just like that. So from there, on the transition based, this is where that sometimes the market might break the invalidation point above or below, depending on that specific trend. So if the market maybe was able to break below the invalidation point, but the market again proceed with the bullish move, this is what we consider also the transition, right? Because the market was not able to claim or to confirm that shift. So instead of considering it as the shift, we consider it as the transition, that the market was able to do the transition from the bullish to the bearish, but not for the purpose of doing the reversal, but for the purpose of grabbing liquidity to the areas where there was sufficient liquidity. So for that reason, the market came to the previous area and grabbed the liquidity and then proceeded with the move. So this is based on the transition case scenario 1. We have 3 cases. We have case 2 and case 3, but I'll not talk about case 2 and case 3. I hope my students understand. But for this one, it is very clearly and very basic, which will allow you to understand that it is not every shift which is performed in the market, it will lead you to a reverse of the market of the market. So if not every shift you performed in the market allow the market to reverse, that means if the market will not reverse, that means the market will perform transition, right? So this one also of the factor which I can give you to help you through this one of these things is that while you are in the higher time frame buyers, right? Let us say we have a monthly. We're in the monthly buyers, which actual market was able to give us this area of liquidity. So once the market came within this area, while it is coming within this area, maybe sometimes it might be able already to claim the move. So maybe let's consider this as the daily shift, and then the market was able to claim that move for the formation of a new high of a monthly time frame. But the market was able to perform a shift maybe on the 4-hour. All right. So since we are in the monthly buyers and we actually already confirmed that bias that the market is bullish. So for that reason, that 4-hour shift will not be useful for us currently, because we'll consider the market, we'll consider the bullish type areas of liquidity to have enough liquidity or to stand on our favor based on this criteria. We'll expect the market to actually grab liquidity within the bullish type areas of liquidity based on the monthly buyers. We'll expect the market to grab the liquidity within the daily areas of liquidity. If the market was able to perform a shift on the 4-hour, then we'll expect the market to grab liquidity and then within the daily and then proceed with the bullish move. But if the market again fail, the daily area of liquidity fail to hold that price, then that is the different thing. But we'll expect the market at the bullish type area of liquidity on the higher time frame buyers to be in our favor. All right. So you must be aware of that. Okay, so let's go to the chart and see some of examples. Okay, so how do we identify our area of liquidity, as we have already talked about it? So this is the daily time frame. And where do we actually consider our bearish type of liquidity? So we consider this as the validation point, and then this as our invalidation point. But this one here as our market structure break point. As a market structure break point. And for that reason, we will expect for the market to come within this area and grab liquidity and then proceed with the move. But if the market fail and close above the invalidation point, let's put it with the if the market fail and be able to close above that low high, then we will expect the market to confirm that shift and then claim the new trend. But if the market become able to respect, then we'll expect the market to come and grab the liquidity right here and then proceed with the bearish move. So we have identified this based on the recent price. Let's take a look based on the previous or the past price. So here was the market was able to perform the market structure break. So we had this as our validation point and this as our invalidation point. So after the market was able to actually close below the invalidation point, the market was able to perform a shift. But after performing a shift, the market again gave us this as our invalidation point, and this as our validation point, and this as our market structure breakpoint. So the market was also able to close below here. So we expected, if the market was able to give us this new area of liquidity, so the market was able to confirm this shift right here and claim the new trend from an uptrend to a downtrend. But the market again came to grab liquidity within this area, but failed to form the new low because the liquidity which was consumed within this area was insufficient. So if it was insufficient, then the market was able to come above to fetch for more liquidity in order to confirm that, in order to claim the bearish move. And then after that, the market was able to perform a shift, but there was a new area of liquidity also here, which was confirmed. So after the market was able to grab the liquidity on the previous area, so the market again, since we had this as our new validation point, new market structure breakpoint, and this as our invalidation point. So the market again was able to perform a shift from here and claim the new trend after the market was able to grab the liquidity within the area with sufficient area of liquidity. So after the market was able to grab liquidity within that area and was able to perform a shift again, then there was a formation of a new area of liquidity, and this is our bearish type of liquidity, which the market again proceed with the formation of a series of lower high and lower low and the new areas of liquidity which allow the market to proceed with the move. So what we talked about, the advantage of market structure break is this one. The market was able to give us this as our new area of liquidity, the validation point, and this as our invalidation point. And the market was able to confirm. As I told you, if the market came within your area of liquidity and it was able to grab liquidity, but failed to confirm that area by forming the new lower low and close or perform the market structure break, then there is high probability for the market to wash that lower high and go to the previous area to fetch for enough liquidity in order for the market to proceed with that move. So for that reason, this is what happened. The market, since there was no enough liquidity within this area to confirm and form the new area of liquidity, the market go to the previous area of liquidity to fetch for more liquidity. And this is what considered as the transition-based shift. So the market did something like this, as we illustrated before. So the market was able to perform a shift, but came to the previous area to fetch for more liquidity. So we cannot consider this as the right shift, because after the market was able to grab the liquidity from the previous area, it was able to proceed with the bearish move. So that means what happened here, it was the transition and not the shift, because the market was not able to reverse while the market was able to proceed with the bearish move. So for that reason, after the market grabbed the liquidity to the bearish type of previous area of liquidity, to the previous area of liquidity, then the market proceeded with the bearish move. And sometimes, just as the way it happened here, not every area of liquidity, after being formed and confirmed, the market will actually return to that area at that time. The market will return to that area and grab liquidity at any time. Just know that every area of liquidity within the market will grab the liquidity at the proper time. So if the markets return to that area, then the market will grab the liquidity. All right. If it will be useful for that time, then the market will come to that area and then grab the liquidity. So even at this area, you might see there was the new area which was formed and confirmed here. But I will not be wondered to see the market become able to form and confirm new area of liquidity here and not come back within this area. But later on, after the market become able to perform maybe a shift to claim new trend, then it will be useful because the market will come and grab the liquidity in order to have the bearish move to form the new low. Then the market will grab the liquidity, the bullish type area of liquidity, to proceed with the bullish move. So every area of liquidity have the specific purpose, and it is useful in the market, whether it is at the specific time or later. Just know that area will be useful. It's just like that. So that's what happened. But one of the things also you must be aware is that sometimes the market might give you a clean area of liquidity, but the market might pass through that area, which that's why you must understand the key and the reason why liquidity consumption is very important to understand within the market, because not every area have the sufficient liquidity to provide in the market to proceed with the bearish move or the bullish move. So if there is there is insufficient liquidity, then we'll expect the market to perform the transition and grab the liquidity to the other areas. So while you are making your decision based on the past price action, that is where you'll be trapped, and actually the market will be forcing to move to the other areas to fetch for more liquidity. That's why we usually recommend a lot of time make decision based on the recent price action. Identify your area, then wait for the market to show you that it was able to respect that area by having a shift, then take your trade based on the recent price action. So that's all for today. Hopefully it will be useful. So see you next time.